It's one of the loudest venues in the National Football League. We're inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, home of the Chiefs. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
You think back just a few years ago, Mike, Trevor Lawrence coming out of Clemson, he was regarded as one of the top quarterback prospects of the last decade, and at times he's fit the billing, but it's been the inconsistency, protect the ball, turnovers. If he can clean up a lot of those miscues, he could be one of the top quarterbacks in this league.
On the ground, here's the Clemson product, Travis Etienne. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Trent McDuffie up from his corner spot there on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. In motion comes Thomas. 2nd down, Lawrence. This one complete to Washington. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
They'll go back to Etienne on 1st down. And that'll go for a gain of about 4, with Justin Reed up from his safety spot to make the stop. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Mahomes now on second down. To the outside, catch made by Worthy.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On first down, it's Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Right back to the air for Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Mahomes going to throw here on third down. The left side into the hands of Hopkins.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
On fourth down, it's Matt Ariza to punt for KC. Back deep for Jacksonville, that's Devin Duvernay. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Jaguars offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence now on 2nd down. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence finding his tight end, Farrell. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
Lawrence gives this one to ETN. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. In the pistol, here's Lawrence. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the handoff, it's ETN. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Second down and 3. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Drew Tranquill. And the Chiefs are going to get the football at their own 23.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They had to punt on their opening drive. No damage done as of yet. Still scoreless here, and they'll pick it up 1st and 10. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Once again, it's Pacheco. And a pickup of 3, or maybe 4. That's the former number 1 overall pick, Trayvon Walker, there to make the stop. Third down, 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the former Florida State Seminole.
And while he's still a rookie and he's going to have his ups and downs, This is the player they thought they were getting when they selected him in this previous year's draft. I mean, he looked almost like a savvy veteran there, baiting that quarterback into that throw. He had great anticipation. He was on time in his drive, and then he plucks that ball out of the air, and he almost looks like a wide receiver.
The Jaguars offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. So they come to the line for first down and 10. The drive begins with a carry from ETN. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Once again, it's ETN. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. Lawrence now. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Bigsby.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Now Lawrence. That is caught by Washington. And he will have that 1st down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down. To throw is Lawrence. He finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the 1st with ETN. That's good for 11 and a 1st down.
I think if that rush would have failed, Mike, I think they would have had an interesting decision to make come 4th down, but that's all out the window now. Nice pickup, sets up 1st and goal.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Down in the red zone, designed quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short gain.
Here now, 2nd down and goal. Here's Lawrence. That one taken in. Christian Kirk. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Chiefs offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. In trouble, and down he goes. Trayvon Walker, the former first overall pick, in there for the sack.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
Man in motion is Brown. Mahomes now to throw on second down. Open man downfield, it's Rice. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop him. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's dropped off for Pacheco. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
If you want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
They'll run it here. It's Samaje Perine. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. We are through one. It's the Jaguars on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Gray is the motion man here. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
On second down, Mahomes. That's taken in by the running back, Piron. And he will score. Samaje Piron. Touchdown, Kansas City.
And this is just high-level quarterback play down here in the red zone. The way they teach them their progressions, Mike, it's touchdown, check down. You don't want to take a sack, and you certainly don't want to turn the ball over. He knows he has nothing down the field, nowhere to go to his receivers and tight ends. Check it down to your back, let them do the rest after the catch, and it results in a touchdown.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. On the return, it's Parker Washington. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Kirk is the motion man. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
3rd and a yard. Now here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. A hit, and he has lost the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
The second down throw is incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack, second down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
3rd and long for Mahomes. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
On comes the Chiefs punter, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Duvernay to return, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return, and that's where the offense will take over. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He's going to air this out for Davis. And he will go all the way. Gabe Davis. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Jaguars will move out to a 14-7 lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Chiefs offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Motion man is Rice. He's trying to get around the corner, but can't. Going to be run down behind the line. A completion, yes. A loss of yardage, yes as well. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now, Mahomes. To the left side, caught by Kelsey.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Man in motion is Brown. That's complete. Who else? It's Kelsey. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert to first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
A give here to Pacheco. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Gray is the motion man here. On 3rd down, Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Kelsey. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Gray is the motion man here. Right back to the air for Mahomes. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. He pulls it in around the 5. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, KC. Here's Butker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jags offense and Travis Etienne set to get back to work. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On first and 10, Lawrence. A throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
This one complete to Washington. On third down, here's Etienne. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40.
This is a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. They'll run it once more with Etienne. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's second down.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
We spend so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on third down, and give yourself a chance.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. Catch made right side by Thomas. They needed 15, and that's exactly what they got. It is a first down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Now Etienne, and a good run there. Gonna get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Now a handoff. ETN. He'll manage only a couple. George Karlaftis there to make the play. They've converted twice on third down on this drive. Now facing 3rd and 3. On third down, they go with Bigsby. A gain there of 10 yards. That's good for a Jaguar first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
He's got his big tight end, Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Jaguars. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. Whoa. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's P-Rock. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Here's a toss to Pacheco. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Devin Lloyd. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it, and they're going to do that with excellent field position. In motion comes Thomas. A first down throw for Lawrence. Quick throw, taken in, and he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Lawrence now on 2nd down. That's complete to ETN. And a good job rallying to the football. Hold him just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. They can keep the drive alive if they get to the 4, but facing 3rd down at the moment. And that is incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Bigsby. Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark, but he is short. They've held him on 4th down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Here's a run with their tight end. Defense hoping to push him back and get that safety. He gets to the 2-yard line, but no gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their 2nd. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Jaguars offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And the quarterback scrambling maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. Here's Logan Cook now, as he is on to punt for Jacksonville. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And let's give them about 4 on that one. That's Darnell Savage up from the secondary to make the stop. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Jaguars are out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. To the outside, catch made by Worthy. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Now a give to Pacheco, running right. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They put Kelsey in motion. That is caught. He gets the hookup with Rice. And he will score. Rashee Rice Touchdown, Chiefs. Third down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
And Butker on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs will even the score. It's now 21-all. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Duvernay on the return. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The visitors' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. This one tight throughout, all level at 21 as they'll search for a go-ahead score. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. In motion comes Thomas. On first down, Lawrence. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to throw. Lawrence taking off. Now after the play, looks like we have an injury for one of the Chiefs. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He'll try to run for it. Trevor avoids the hit, takes a slide, but also picks up a 1st down. 12 yards on the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the 1st down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. Lawrence. He'll get this complete over the middle with Kirk. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
2nd down and 8. To throw is Lawrence. He'll check this down to the running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Jaguars ready to punt this one away, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're going to try to keep it going. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Open man downfield. It's Rice. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
When you get big gains like that, Mike, it's pretty easy to see why that stat line just continues to grow. And the defense doesn't come away with a plan to stop this guy. We could have a record-setting performance on our hands.
So after the big play to start, now we have 1st and goal. Motion man is Rice. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. To throw is Mahomes. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. So now then, 1st and goal from the 1. Here's Pacheco. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Samaje Perine. Touchdown, Kansas City. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs go up by 7, 28-21. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. the visitors' offense, and Trevor Lawrence set to take over once more. And it's been a struggle all afternoon. The defense done a great job taking him away from his game, taking his weapons away, and he has yet to find anything to lean on in this one. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from ETN. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. That is Mike Dana working his way in there to record the sack.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
2nd down, Lawrence. A throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes back. A throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Throwing now, Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
3rd down, 3 to go. Now it's P-Rock. They're all set to punt this one away. Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. The tight end, Ingram, is on the move. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On the draw, the give to ETN. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Man in motion here is Washington. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big gain.
2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
A first down throw for Lawrence. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
It's been a really nice drive they've been able to put together, Mike, and I think the key word is balance. Not having to rely too heavily on either the run or the pass. Continue to mix it up, going back and forth. Keep the defense off balance. A lot of success.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to ETN. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
This one complete to Washington.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now Lawrence. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars will cut the lead down to 4.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
2nd and 7. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Here's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. It's Kelsey. A gain of 16 on that pass play. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll run with Pacheco. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? They put Kelsey in motion. On 3rd down, Mahomes. Open man, that's the tight end, Gray. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10 now from the 36. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And he will work his way down inside the 30. A pickup of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On the carry is Piron. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down, or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Mahomes going to throw here on third down. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. You're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Here's a run. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now Butker to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Duvernay on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That is caught! And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
The biggest correlation between scoring points in the NFL is your ability to generate explosive plays. And oftentimes, the best explosive plays in the passing game happen when the quarterback is outside the pocket, and great example of it here.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Lawrence gives this one to ETN. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Back to throw. Lawrence. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Chiefs offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Throwing from the gun, here's Patrick. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
That one on target with Kirk. They've got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
On the handoff, it's Etienne. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. 3rd and long. Throwing is Lawrence. He'll let one go deep for Kirk. Trent McDuffie right there with the tight defensive coverage.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll check that down to Pacheco. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. That's complete left side to Worthy. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Just that little extra second you allow your wide receiver to continue to work open by the ability to move the pocket. Buy time with your feet, but remain a passer.
Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Man in motion is Brown. 3rd and short. Here's Patrick. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Now Mahomes. Got a man. It's Kelsey. Complete. And he's going to have the Chiefs' 1st down. They'll wind up getting 7 on 4th and 3.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They put Kelsey in motion. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Gray. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up 1st and goal.
Motion man is Rice. Right back to the air for Mahomes. It is brought in the end zone. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Chiefs. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Butker now for the point after. He's got it. And the Chiefs are going to extend their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Washington now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jags offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Things not looking good, but see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Now here's Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thomas.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to ETN. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll give himself up after picking up the 1st down.
4th and short, initially, you could tell he's just trying to get this ball out of his hand quickly, just enough to move the chains. Defense did a good job taking his reads away, so he turns into a runner, puts his head down, picks up the 1st down, and keeps this drive alive.
He'll take off again. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of him, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. Lawrence. That's taken in.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Once again, it's Pacheco. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
On third down, they go with Pacheco. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They take care of business here at home. It's a game they were expected to win. They had no problems in the end as they cruise to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.